So, this is the Stanley Parable. And this is Ahmed Annie, and we are playing this for the first time today. This has been on my wish list for ages. I got it in the Steam sale. And so which one is this? Main volume. Okay, that might do. Okay, so I got this in the Steam sale, and I have watched a couple of people play just a few tiny bits of this. I'm not going to spoil it if you don't know what this is. Just come along for the ride. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending,
Yes.
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Mm-hmm.
And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Mm-hmm.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Right, so here we are. We are playing as Stanley, and this is our office. We have no ability to interact with anything in this office, it would appear. Can't. So it just clicks. Okay. It can go. Okay, we can't crouch. That's not on toggle. No, none of that does anything. Nothing under here. Okay. Guess we're going to go out of our office then. Can't get in that office. Can't get in that office. Okay. Nothing here to interact with.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I had a
What
door.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, can we go back into our office? No. So the door of our office is closed. Okay. Can't get into this one. Anything on here? What's that? I hate Mondays. Yeah, well, this is a...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily looking for a trace of them, mate. I'm just looking at who farted. Brilliant. Oh, you gotta love offices. What is that? Is the photocopier working? Because you can hear it, but it's not doing anything. Okay. Nothing over here we can interact with. Number one, Dad. Brilliant. Gotta love it. Oh! Turn the computer off. Did I mean to do that? Did I turn the computer
Stanley
off?
went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, you might be beginning to get the idea here, guys. The narrator is probably going to interact with me about as much as I normally interact with my characters. What does... Oh, I don't like this. I just like work. I just hate my boss. Okay. Well, that went well. Okay. So, can't get in that one either. Here we go. Memos on the floor. An unmarked door. Okay. Oops. Got stuck. Where are we going? Through the door, Annie. That helps. Nothing here. Can we turn you off? Oh. I was going around turning the computers off. Is there... Can we jump? Oh. Okay. Jump only happens when you can jump, apparently. When there's something for you to jump for. So if they're on, I can turn them off. Okay. Can't see what's in those things. Can't do any of those. That'll be my Valentine, really. There's always one in the office. What does that say? Surname access. Yes, we can see what that one says. Well, does that say what we think it says? Can't see. Okay, right. Nothing in here. So we're meant to be looking for a meeting room, I think. Does that look like a meeting room there? That just looks like another office. Okay, so we've come... Right, watch the numbers, boys and girls. We're going backwards here. Can we get through this door? No. Okay, so we can only go through open doors. It is apparently 5 to... What does that say? 5 to 10. Okay. Nothing in there. Can't go in that one. Yes, we get that. You hate Mondays. You see, they all have numbers on them, which you would think would mean that I wouldn't be able to get lost, but...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I haven't done that yet. How can you say what I've done or what I'm... when I haven't done it? Okay. So. Oh, did the door close behind me? No. Did you say left or right you wanted me to go? Oh, I've already forgotten.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Oops.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, perhaps that's what we wanted to do. I need to remember... Well, remember it. I didn't actually know it. Can we get... Can't jump them up here. Okay. That the doors close behind you. Oh, I want to get in there and see that computer. But, yeah, the doors close behind you. Okay. So, once you make your decision is cast in stone, apparently. Right, so... I don't want to go in here because the door's going to shut.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yes,
Stanley
well,
simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Well, I can't drink the coffee cups because you want me to pick them up. Can I get a drink out of here? No? I mean, it says...
Yes, really, really worth it being here.
Yeah,
in the
well,
room.
it's not my fault.
Room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Well, I'm not
Really
sitting.
worth it.
I would sit if I could. But, you know, I actually came in here because I thought maybe there'd be something that I
At
could
this
eat.
point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Yeah, well, you're
It's
just...
possible that this is why everyone left.
Now that's just rude, mate. That's just rude.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Ah, but you see, the problem is now, of course, I don't want to do that. Because I think I need to go all the way across there to get back to where I was, but wouldn't that be too easy? Can we just have a little look around first?
Stanley was so bad at following
well, look,
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, yeah, but those directions were about pushing buttons. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Okay, it's a bit of an odd one to have. Draftsman? Draft room. Okay, you're going to shut that door on me, aren't you? No? Oh, that door didn't shut. Ah. Now. This. Could be the end of the road. Okay. Now. Somehow we seem to have gone up a level. Excuse me. It feels, because this is well, this is fun. Not going to do that. Do not jump from the cargo lift whilst it is in motion. This will cause death. Penalty for misuse, £1,000. Penalty for jumping off the lift, £5,000. So if I jump off the cargo lift, as well as dying, I'm going to lose £5,000. Jump is spacebar. I don't really have any choice now, do I? Thanks to my inability to follow instructions.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Sure.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is her? Oh, I'm just going to get off.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay, you're just creeping me out, dude. You just seem to know a little bit. I can't jump now from here. No, okay. A little bit too much about me. Have I just come... Okay, this is really well laid out. Watch the door. There you go. Everything is one way. Fragile. Okay. I don't know what they make here. But it's fragile, apparently, some of it. Do you think this is meant to be modelled on an Amazon warehouse? I don't know. I never worked in an Amazon warehouse, so I don't know. Okay, lights. Okay. Ah. Yeah. Apparently this is my chance to redeem myself. And yet I think it looks like what that means is this is your chance to die and start over. So, what do you reckon? It's got to be. You close your eyes? Close your eyes, guys. Oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What do we reckon? That was probably the wrong move. Yeah. Oh? No?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a
No,
loving wife?
I didn't.
Who'd want to commit their life to you?
I know.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
I get
I'm
that.
trying to get you to see something.
That
Come
you're
inside.
weird.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
Yeah. I don't think so. I mean, nothing you've said so far has turned out to be true, particularly.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh, that's just rude. Wow, man. Just rude.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Thanks. Good morning, employee 47. Press I on your keyboard. Really? You're just weird. And I can't even get in there.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him. and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of
Yeah,
his
thanks, mate.
existence.
You see, what I would do now for
Look at him
44...
there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told
Yeah,
to
only
do.
because
Now
now...
he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
No, I'm not. It's too
Now
early for lunch.
He's going home.
I'm not. I am home.
Now he's coming back to work.
You're wrong.
One might even feel sorry for him,
No.
except that he's chosen this life.
No, I didn't. And N for no.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
Oh, this has changed.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of
changed?
wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press R to watch TV. I don't want to watch TV. I want to smash your mannequin face into
And so he began to
smithereens.
fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Did it? So we're stuck in our
So
own.
he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice.
Yeah,
It barely
yeah.
even mattered
Yeah,
what lay
yeah,
behind
yeah.
each door. The mere
So-
thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
Yeah,
Down
okay.
one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
I don't remember
And
seeing
down
that
another
one.
was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Okay. Sure, this is
It
brilliant.
was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over,
Yeah, yeah,
wishing
yeah, we
beyond
get the
hope that it
point.
would never end, that he
Yeah.
might always feel this free.
Sure.
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Uh-huh.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Oh,
In reality,
Here
all
we
he's
are.
doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
It
The longer he
has.
spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I have to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer.
Sure.
As long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Yeah, no, I
But he won't
can
listen
find...
to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Ah. You know what I'm going to do, don't you?
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
No,
How
I'm
can
really
I get him
not.
to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Well, let me look at myself. Press L to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose. The
Sure.
same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this time.
Maybe.
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
So that, boys and girls, is the Stanley Parable. So, the end is never the end. So what I want to know is, do you want to see me do this again? This is the teaser. If you want me to go through that door again and start all over again, leave a comment. And maybe I'll see you here again. Bye-bye now.